Dr. Ken Berry. 10 lies we are told about type 2 diabetes.
Type 2 diabetics are told so many outlandish myths and just straight up lies that for some type 2 diabetics, it's got to be almost impossible to even know what the truth is and definitely to even care. And the problem with all these lies being out there that type 2 diabetics believe is that it can have disastrous health consequences. It can truncate your life and definitely your health span in such a way that it makes it miserable to even be alive. If you know all 10 of these lies and the truth behind them, you can actually hope and dream of having a normal hemoglobin A1C, not being on a handful of medications, and not losing a leg or losing a toe or losing your vision or losing your kidney function or other functions. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and I've been taking care of diabetics for over 20 years. Let's talk about the 10 lies that type 2 diabetics believe. The first lie that most type 2 diabetics believe is very harmful, and that is that type 2 diabetes is progressive and incurable, that no matter what you do, what you eat, what you avoid, what you take, you might be able to manage it, you might be able to improve it a little bit, but you can never reverse it, and you're always gonna have it. This is absolutely untrue. With the right lifestyle and dietary choices, you can completely reverse your type 2 diabetes and have a normal A1C. If you are truly a type 2 diabetic, it is a self-imposed, also self-limiting condition that you can absolutely reverse without exception 100%. Lie number 2 is that the cause of type 2 diabetes is genetic, or that it's somehow unknown, that it's essential. In other words, that means doctors, we don't know what the hell causes it. We just know you got to take a handful of pills and come see me every 3 months for a checkup. Again, completely and totally untrue. Genetics does play a role in type 2 diabetic. You are genetically predispositioned to have hyperglycemia and hyperinsulinemia, but you're in no way damned or doomed by your genetics. This is 100% untrue. In the same respect, many doctors and dietitians will pretend we don't really know what caused your type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is chronic carbohydrate toxicity syndrome. Once you understand that key fact, everything else just falls into place. Lie number 3 about type 2 diabetes is that it's just all about your high blood sugar. There's nothing else going on. We just need to try to control your high blood sugar or hyperglycemia with pills and injections, and then you just keep doing everything else you normally do, and you'll get more and more medication as years go by. Again, completely untrue. High blood sugar is one of the important principles of type 2 diabetes, but perhaps the more important principle is that you are suffering from hyperinsulinemia as well. And I think that a lot of healthcare providers don't really like to talk about this, because when you bring not only hyperglycemia to the table, but also hyperinsulinemia, that turns this huge spotlight onto your diet. Because if we're just talking about high blood sugar, then we can get away with a lot of dietary foolishness and advice. But when you start talking about hyperinsulinemia, what raised your blood sugar? What raised your insulin? When you start asking both of those questions at the same time, it becomes very readily apparent that your diet is behind your type 2 diabetes.
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.